They say silence has its own rhythm. I was just learning to dance to hers. Every morning, like clockwork, I'd ride past the diner, and every morning, she'd be there, sketching in the window. I'd tip my hat. She'd almost smile. It was our little routine, a silent conversation in a town that was always too quiet. The diner hummed with the light chatter of the regulars, a sound Mara seemed to move through like a ghost. She was clumsy, always on the edge of dropping something. That morning, it was a plate of cherry pie. I caught it midair. A quick reflex I didn't know I had. Reckon that makes us even, I said, smiling. You saved me from bad pie last night. I just saved your plate. She didn't say anything, of course. Instead, she scribbled on her little notepad. You remember everything? It said. How could I not? When someone looks at me the way you do, I told her. Kinda hard to forget. She looked away, her cheeks turning a delicate shade of pink. That was another thing I was learning about her. Silence spoke volumes. Later, we sat on the porch steps. The afternoon sun warming the old wood. The wind played with her hair as she sketched me. Her focus absolute. What's that look for? I asked, curious about the world inside her head. She hesitated, her eyes flickering up to meet mine. Then, a whisper. So soft, I almost missed it. You! Talk like the sky's got secrets? It was the first time I'd heard her voice. It was tiny, trembling, but it was real. I leaned in, afraid to break the spell. Maybe it does, I sighed softly. Maybe it's just echoing yours? She froze, her breath catching. There it is! Your voice? I whispered. I was starting to think it was just in my head. A nervous smile touched her lips. Don't get used to it, she managed. I couldn't help but grin. Too late. That night, a storm rolled in, trapping us in the diner. Rain lashed against the windows, washing the world away until it was just the two of us. I was fixing a loose bulb over the counter, and she was drawing again. I could feel her eyes on me, capturing my outline under the flickering light. I had to tell her, I ain't staying long, Mara. Got a job up north next week. She looked up sharply, her pencil still. Her voice was quiet, but held a new weight. How long? Don't know, I admitted. Long enough for folks to forget my name. She hesitated for a moment, then tore the sketch from her pad and held it out to me. Then take this, she said, so someone remembers mine. I looked at the drawing. It was me. But not just me. She'd drawn me listening, with her own faint reflection captured in my eyes. It was like she saw right through me. You drew me listening, I said, my voice thick. Guess you'll know me better than most. Our hands touched as I took the paper, and in that brief contact, a whole new story was written. The next morning, the world was pale and cold. I loaded my pickup, the rising sun, offering little warmth. I told myself that was how it had to be. Drifters, don't put down roots. Mara stood at a distance, clutching her sketchbook like a shield. I saw her take a step forward, then stop. If she spoke, I'd stay. If she stayed quiet, I'd leave. That's how life tests a man through the silence of someone worth hearing. I turned the key in the ignition, my heart a lead weight in my chest. And then I heard it, a sound that cut through the engine's rumble and the morning chill. Eli. She called out my name, her voice trembling but clear. I froze, my hand on the gear. The first time she'd ever sighed it. Don't go yet. I turned, really looked at her, and a slow smile spread across my face. Say that again? I asked, needing to hear it just one more time. Don't go yet, she repeated. A little stronger now. Guess I won't, I said, and the words felt like the truest thing I'd ever spoken. As the sun set that evening, we walked side by side through a field just outside of town. There were no words between us now, just the comfortable hum of the wind and the unspoken promise of what was to come. Now that I heard your voice, I told her, reckon I can't unhear it. A real smile lit up her face. Then keep listening, she said. There's more. I laughed. A soft, easy sound that mixed with the evening air. We stopped at an old fence, watching the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. Leaning in, I whispered. Silence never sounded so right. I knew then my rambling days were over. Her voice was the only home I'd ever need. Thank you so much for watching our story unfold. If you felt that connection between Eli and Mara, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you Dan. Team us what happens next in part 3. We love sharing these stories with you, and your support means the world. See you in the next video!